Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see everyone here as I slowly turn down Donkey Kong Country and actually turn it off because that wasn't a recording off of YouTube. That was actually being played directly through the Super Nintendo, through the RetroArch, into, pardon me, the Elgato, through Twitch's servers, who might or might not drop frames tonight. I do not know, but I love aquatic ambience, and I'll talk more about it when I get to that stage in the game, which shouldn't be too far. Pardon me. Allergies are beating me up again, and I apologize, as always, for sniffing and snorting into the microphone, but I am glad you're here. If anyone is watching or lurking or coming in or watching this later, you all rock. If you remember last year, I played the Metal Gear Solid series. I played 1 through 5. I also played Revengeance for one stream only because I'm not a fan of that game. I know, blasphemy, but it's just the way it is, and I'm not a fan of it. But anyway, I was thinking, what game series can I do that I can play from start to finish and have fun doing? With me, it was definitely Metal Gear Solid games because I do like those. Some of them are better than others. 3 is still my personal favorite. So I was thinking, what games do I have? And then I was thinking like Mega Man, that'd be good. I'm not the best at those. That would definitely take a lot of practice though. And I was thinking Donkey Kong Country. I love these games. I have 1 through 3 on the Super Nintendo. I also have the Famicom versions as well. And I even have Donkey Kong Country 2 complete in box, which is kind of funny because I don't really like that game very much. For me, it's mediocre. It's not mediocre, but it's kind of middle of the road, you know. Some people, it's their absolute favorite. For me, I'm just kind of like, it's all right. It's not good. It's not bad. It's all right. But I decided, you know what? Maybe my opinion of the game will change if I play through it, and that's when it struck me, just play the series again. So that's what we're going to do today. Switch over to these lovely color bars. So Donkey Kong Country 1 for me is a far easier game to play. And I don't know if I'll be able to beat it the stream or not. The stream's probably going to run around 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on how I feel, which is honestly not that great, which is why I'm not doing a Bayonetta 2 speedrun today. But, you know, this game, I should be able to get through it hopefully today. We'll let the intro play. Now, if you were not alive when this game came out, it's kind of hard to describe how groundbreaking this game really was. This was 1994, so I was 13 years old, and you know, the Nintendo 64 was called the Ultra Nintendo 64, and it was supposed to be right around the corner. It launched another 2 years later, which is another story in itself that I love to tell. But, pardon me. But this was huge. No one had seen graphics like this on the Super Nintendo before. And for me, as a music nerd, who later on, actually a little bit later in life, actually went on to apply to Nintendo for a music composer job, it was huge because, I mean, this game does things with music that I've never heard on a Super Nintendo before, and David Wise is a freaking genius. I mean, he gets a lot of praise, and deservedly so. But the soundtrack he was able to pull off on this hardware is amazing. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, it's like we all knew that at the time that this was like 3D rendered graphics, that of course were not 3D, but were basically changed to 2D sprites. We all knew about it. I used to have, I wish I still had it. Unfortunately, it got destroyed in the flood I had back in Michigan years ago, which that one box had like everything cool in it. It had my Nintendo 64 promo tape had the Donkey Kong Country promo tape in it for this, showing off the game. Gosh, it had Supreme Warriors for 3DO. That had to get tossed because mold was growing everywhere in the box, unfortunately. But a couple other cool stuff too. My Game Gear, the games for that, I was so torn up when that box got destroyed. But this game was so groundbreaking because no one thought that the Super Nintendo could display graphics like this. And it actually breathed life into it. It did amazingly well. This was huge. This game was hyped to no end, and deservedly so. Okay, I was afraid of this. So when I was playing, so apparently for the Super Nintendo and the RetroTink 2X on OBS, it has a sound delay. It's kind of weird. But the Sega Genesis I was playing didn't have a delay to it. The Sega Saturn didn't have a delay to it as well. So I apologize. Please hang tight. I will be back in about 20 seconds or so because I need to pull up my Elgato software and stream through that instead of using OBS so we don't have this delay. Because I mean, like I'm hitting the button, like watch, you'll hear him slap the ground and you hear the sound be delayed. Yeah, that's like a second delay. So give me 1 second. Please hang tight. I will be right back.